Hello everyone, my name is Killchick and I'm back with another video. Today I will be reviewing the LEGO Star Wars Set 75292, the Razor Crest. This set has 1,023 pieces and retails for $129.99 in the US. And a little bit about this, actually, it's the set that had us all going, you know what? It would be cool if LEGO made the Razor Crest. And then like midway through the sentence, LEGO just drops it on us, and then we're like, oh, we didn't even have to beg for this thing. Unlike this set, and this set, and this set, and also this. So some good box art always deserves some good comments. So as you can see, they use that kind of like white greebling that they use for a while now, but instead of having a Darth Vader or something up at the top corner here, they have the Mandalorian, and that just looks so dope. It looks so realistic. It looks almost exactly like the actual thing, if the actual thing looked that good. Like, you can see the tiny little scrapes on his helmet, and even like the texture on the sides of his arms. I believe this render is probably supposed to be from the video game, and if that's the case, it looks really good. Something about the helmet just looks so much better than the actual LEGO version. On the back, of course, there are some of the play features and just some of the angles of the set that you didn't see on the front of the box, as well as just some of the other things that it is capable of. And the secret code to unlock the ship is on the inside, I think. So, of course, for the instruction book, you have the QR code here to get the digital version. In the LEGO Life app, I think that's still a thing. At the back, you got the piece count, and then the sets that also came out in this wave. You know, just to talk a little bit about them, I'm not too interested in this. That's overpriced. That came out too soon. This, and this one looks okay. It's like the remake of the Final Duel, just with some newer pieces, a little bit more added to the set, so that looks pretty interesting. That's also a little bit overpriced, and I don't really like AT-ATs. Got some of the kind of older sets in the wave before this one, as well as the minifigures that also came out in this wave. You guys know my thoughts on these two sets right here. Again, more looks at the game that we've seen before. Boba Fett looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's cool to see the Venator there. It'd be nice to get a LEGO set of that. I mean, like an updated version. And here is the secret code for you guys who don't want to buy the set, but do want to play with this thing in that one game that's coming out soon, but I don't know exactly when. Why am I still videoing? So here's the set all built up, but of course, let's take a quick look at each one of those minifigures. Starting off with Mando himself, not in his BESKAR armor. He's just wearing his regular, just beginning of the season armor, I guess. Just really battered up look. I feel like that brown on this kind of chest plate there, I feel like it was supposed to be more of a maroon color, but it might just be me. But the armor does look good, I guess. It's got some nice weird look to it. Makes him look a little bit more like a kind of a Western cowboy. He's got some nice printing coming down onto his hip piece as well as on both of his knees. Just some nice little armored plates right there. Still would have been great to see his BESKAR armor, but I'm sure we'll get another set pretty soon, sometime. I don't see LEGO not doing that. As far as the helmet, the printing just seems a little off. I feel like the black down here in the middle should be a little skinnier. I think it's supposed to like angle out at the bottom too, and I don't think they just didn't do that for some reason with the print. I feel like that just kind of made the helmet look a little bad, but it looks pretty good other than that. I like the gunmetal gray they used for the helmet, and of course underneath it's just a black head. I guess they just don't feel like printing Pedro Pascal's face yet, I guess. I mean, it's not like it's a spoiler or anything. We saw him in Season 1. He's got this kind of more narrow cape that they used for the Mandalorians. And then on the back, of course, he does have some more nice printing there. He comes with a blaster as well. It's kind of a hodgepodge, because it's supposed to be like this long kind of sniper rifle type looking thing. But they use the pistol at the base here, and then they put a brown lightsaber hilt, as well as this little clip at the end, which is supposed to be like the electrocution, like kind of taser thing at the end, which I guess is a good parts usage, but it doesn't look as good as it could because it doesn't have that kind of thing sticking out at the back, which just, I feel like, kills the gun here, and it's a little weird, and I think it deserved kind of its own mold. So yeah, that's all for Mando. I guess we might as well go ahead and take a look at Baby Yoda, because I know you guys are dying to get a look at him up close. Trust me, I know what that's like. But yeah, Again, he's not actually Yoda. He's just the child. They like to call him that because we don't know what species Yoda is yet. But the head mold is fabulous. The eyes look adorable. I love that, just the little nose that they got on there, as well as just like the little mouth that they were able to put on that, as well as just like the cheeks. Everything about this mold here, okay, almost everything. I have one little gripe, but it's not big. But yeah, basically everything except for the neck. The neck is where it kind of loses me, because his robes or his big whatever he wears, it really comes up to like his chin, and to be seeing his neck, I guess, is just a little bit different, and I don't know, it just doesn't settle with me. So I guess really the only thing would just to be making the mold not have this neck and just make it come down a little further. I feel like that would have looked better, but what we have here is adorable, and you know, it's not bad. As you can see, there is just a little bit of printing suggesting his robes and kind of the bushiness up here at the top. His head is made of rubber and it can move. And yeah, you can even see the Lego logo there. To anyone who's wondering, that's what it looks like when his head is off. It uses this bar connection here as the kind of mini neck connection piece. Nothing on the back, and yeah. Again, it's just the regular baby mold with a new Baby Yoda head mold. Back to the regular minifigures. We have a Scout Trooper with this just amazing new helmet mold. You can't argue that the older one is better than this, because it's not. It is just so much detail. The dual molded helmet is definitely what the Scout Trooper needed, and as you can see, the black in there, so it is dual molded to get that kind of the depth for the eyes, and I guess the front part right here with the kind of breathing area, ventilation or whatever. But yeah, I mean, everything about this helmet is perfect. I don't see them updating this at all, because you don't need to. And as you can see, yeah, no more angry clone face. This kind of surprised me, and I feel like I shouldn't have been surprised, but they're using just this regular old head instead of the angry clone and instead of the newer clone head. I don't know why I wasn't expecting this, but I wasn't. And yeah, I think it's a good change, because stormtroopers aren't clone troopers. So yeah, that's just, it's been a long time coming, but they've finally done it. The torso printing is great, as well as the leg printing. Again, I think it's new printing for 2019, I think, is when this minifigure first came out. I'm pretty sure all this printing is new, and they didn't have this before, just with the older helmet. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Of course, kind of a reference to the last couple of episodes. I'm not going to spoil anything, but definitely good inclusion. Next up, we have kind of a minifigure, but kind of not really. It's IG-11, not IG-88. Don't get this confused with him. That is a unique face print exclusive to this set, specially made for IG-11. And he's got red dots instead of orange dots. It's kind of the main difference. I like these two little things right here that make them look like little eyes, and making them a kind of metallic silver print to kind of emphasize them is a pretty good printing choice on Lego's part. Really, he's kind of a little skimpy, really. He's got a really tall head, and then his legs and body are just really skinny, and I think Lego just needs to, you know, make some new droid parts. I don't know, because this just seems to not really cut it. He's got just a regular blaster, as well as a long kind of sniper rifle, both pretty good guns. And yeah, there's not really much to say about him, except he's short. Literally, his head is almost as tall as the rest of his body. This needs an upgrade. I don't know, it's been too long. And now for the set, of course, starting off right at the front. They already use a really nice design choice, and it's the way they kind of merged this piece with the cockpit piece, and had these two, had this section here just blend really well, and made it look like it was one big piece, but it's not. That was actually really good. They used this little handlebar piece right here for you to just kind of pull off like that, and it actually works really well. They use these kind of little pin connections right here, and those connect to little kind of ratchet pieces in there, and makes for a loose connection, but a strong enough connection that it's not going to fall off at all. Now the red seats are a little bit flashy, but I don't much care. I think this is a new print, which is actually pretty exciting. I like to get new prints in sets, and not always stickers. I wish they had put a little lever in here with the little ball at the tip, because it would represent that little ball that Baby Yoda would always take off and chew on or something. And yeah, but I feel like that was just a missed opportunity on Lego's part. But it's a little bit crammed in there, and I couldn't really figure out how you would put that lever there. But yeah, Baby Yoda and Mando can just sit in the chair right here. Works pretty well. And this, of course, is a print because it's a curved piece. And like we discussed, Lego will not make you put stickers on curved pieces, so that's always appreciated. Something that I actually didn't notice at first, which is actually another really nice design choice, is this thing being able to flip forward, and there's some little clips right here. So you can take, like, I don't know, maybe Grief's pistols or something, or maybe even Mando's blaster, but you can connect those on those little clips there, which I actually wasn't expecting, even though it literally shows on the box that you can do this. I just wasn't paying any attention. But yeah, those snap on like that, which is actually a really nice place to put those, and then that will slide down. And this will snap on, and yeah, it works really well. You get these nice giant stickers that you have to put on. Of course, like I just love prints, but we don't get that very often. You got a really nice kind of blaster here. This section folds down, and you get an extra little spring-loaded launcher. This set, of course, does have spring-loadeds, and I will show you that later. But yeah, it does have some more clips. You can put maybe Mando's blaster there, and it is the same on the other side, except it's not the same. What? And it's pretty similar on the other side. You got this thing, you got this big blaster, and it can flip open like so, but instead it reveals a sleeping quarter for Mando. And I don't know exactly what these stickers represent, but that looks like a mini fridge, and that little thing down there looks almost like an outlet. Of course, you wouldn't have him in here, but you would have Mando. But still, I'm just using him to show you how it works. My big hand is in the way. Yeah, he clips on just like that, and it works pretty well. Again, you can see more stickers over here, which does give it kind of a nice look, kind of battered up. And I feel like the stickers should be a little bit more of a yellow color. I saw some mocks and people would have yellow there, but I don't know. Yeah, this thing does open up, so if you want to have them coming out this way, you can do that. On the side, you've got these just really big panel pieces, which are just fabulous. You usually see them like kind of make this a plaque for UCS sets, but it's in a black color and it has like a big sticker on it, so that's nice to see in this kind of light gray color. This, of course, opens up, so you can see right here, one of the coolest parts is the carbonite freezing chamber. And this is, when I heard this was going to be in the set, I was like, how are they going to do that? How are they going to fit those giant carbonite pieces? But then I noticed that Lego went back to their roots with the carbonite, and they decided to use one of these what is it? Okay, here we go. But yeah, 1x2x5 brick with a sticker on the front with a guy frozen, which I guess is a good callback to the original Han Solo in carbonite from the original set. And it's nice, I guess. I like the kind of buttons and the screen there to indicate whether or not the guy's alive, I think. But yeah, I don't know who exactly this is, but it's a nice sticker. Again, there's another one, and I do know who this guy is. I'm pretty sure it's that kind of blue alien from the first episode. It was the first episode, right? But yeah, that's definitely a good inclusion. And the way they kind of just slide back in here just works really well, and was just really nice design. Once you get this, you'll realize how satisfying it is to just slide those in there and how they just stay. And on the back, very accurate to the show, we have this panel that will come down like this, if it will let me, and it's uses the ratchet connection, so it's a little bit harder to get down. But yeah, it opens up like that, so if you had like a speeder or something, you could like zoom out of here and it would be pretty cool. And of course, you got the other side with the huge panels, which look awesome, and that slides down like so. You know, it's pretty easy to get your minifigures in here. I guess you can have IG, he has to bend over a little bit. But yeah, you can fit, it looks like quite a few minifigures in here. A lot more interior space than I thought there was originally going to be, which is a nice surprise. Of course, you can close it back up. And then kind of more on the top of the thing, we've got just some nice grill detail here, as well as some grill detail over here. That looks pretty cool. They use the kind of hinge piece to give it a kind of a slope upward. I like the use of these kind of minifigure stands in light gray. You usually don't see those actually used in a set, which is, I guess, cool to see now. The big engines right here, or the thrusters, or whatever you want to call those, they're pretty cool builds. I like the use of the gunmetal gray kind of old bucket type thing. It looks pretty good. You've also got that kind of inverted smooth tile in orange, just to give it some nice effect. Big sticker there. You got to be careful with those. And then these kind of repetitive little builds right here. you're gonna see those are very, very annoying, but the end result is definitely worth it. Basically, everything's the same over here, just inverted. And again, yeah, these giant pieces used here are also very, very good parts usage. And then one kind of feature that had everyone confused, they were like, this set's gonna have an escape pod. And we're like, where's the escape pod? We were looking at the thing, it's like, how are you gonna fit in the escape pod? It's literally on the top. Somehow we just missed it. It pops in here, there's like a little red jumper, and yeah, it literally just comes off, and who's in there? Looks like it's Grief. How'd you get in there, buddy? It's kind of an awkward escape pod, just like one person has to lay down flat, and then he gets shot out of the ship. But I like the inclusion of these little cone pieces here, just to give it that kind of suggestion of thrust, so that it's not just floating out in space. Yeah, the little red studs, I guess, are a nice touch. I like the kind of macaroni pieces used here, so that you can actually see the person's face as they're lying flat down in the escape pod. Like, help me. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, this fits nicely in here, and it's gonna stay there if you turn the thing upside down, but it is not a hassle to get out, which I always appreciate. And last but not least, we have these spring-loaded missiles very well hidden into the ship. I think we kind of missed it first time around when the pictures first came out. We were like, where are the spring-loaded missiles? And we're like, oh, there they are, because they're just really, really well hidden. LEGO's doing a good job at going from very obnoxious stud shooters to very sleek and hidden spring-loaded missiles here. Also sleek and hidden is the trigger, because it looks like some nice grill detail, because that's what I thought it was when I first saw the picture, but it's actually a button right here, and just really well hidden. And we all know how it works. Press down here, and yeah, works well. And then before we head out, I forgot to mention there is landing gear, so that makes it really, really easy to just kind of sit down like this. And yeah, not to mention it's very sturdy. They use a lot of Technic pieces, so you can kind of pick this up and it's gonna stay in one piece. It's not going anywhere, so that makes it good for kind of swooshing around, but it's also just a really good display model. And yeah, so what I'm not very good at, but I try to do, is leave my personal thoughts for the end of the video. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I think this is an amazing set, really. The price, 1,023 pieces for 130, you know, isn't bad, really. I just feel like one thing they could have done is maybe included another Scout Trooper, because if you know what I'm talking about, there were 2 of them in that one episode at the end. So having 2 Scout Troopers definitely would have kind of helped make it seem a little bit more reasonable to charge 130, when, you know, to stick to the kind of ideal 10 cents a piece. This is probably more of a 100, 110, but they decided to go 130, which again, what I'm saying is 2 Scout Troopers maybe. And then one thing that I just thought of was maybe including the speeder bikes that the Scout Troopers were using. That definitely could have helped, like the kind of newer design speeder bike that they had in the brand new AT-AT set. Having the brown version of that instead of the white version, I think that definitely would have helped to have just the additional pieces and just builds, and then an additional minifigure. Just would have been really great and would have helped out the kind of steep price. But in the end, it's a Mandalorian set. It's what a lot of people wanted. You get a baby Yoda, another Mando figure, which definitely could have had BESKAR armor, and that would have made him better. But yeah, everyone's gonna buy this. It's not like the flaws are gonna keep people from buying this. I mean, it's the Razor Crest. So that's just my personal opinion, and you can leave your thoughts in the comments below, which you probably would have wanted to see in this set that they didn't put in the set. But yeah, final thoughts, get this set. It's very good. There's probably just a couple things I would have changed. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If I helped you decide whether or not you're going to get this, I highly doubt it, because you probably already have it. Leave a like, and if you enjoy my content, be sure to subscribe. If you are, hit the bell icon to stay up to date on everything that I post in the future. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.